The AXS TSLA Bear Daily ETF, also known as TSLQ, is an exchange-traded fund, ETF, that allows investors to bet against Tesla, Inc. TSLA, the electric vehicle and clean energy company. TSLQ is designed to provide daily inverse exposure to the performance of TSLA, meaning that as TSLA's stock price goes down, the value of TSLQ goes up, and vice versa. TSLQ is a bearish ETF, meaning it is intended for investors who believe that TSLA's stock price will decrease in the short term. By investing in TSLQ, these investors can potentially profit from a decline in TSLA's stock price without having to short the stock, which can be risky and difficult for individual investors. TSLQ is an ETF, which is a type of investment fund that is traded on stock exchanges, similar to stocks. ETFs are a convenient and cost-effective way for investors to gain exposure to a particular market, sector, or index, without having to buy individual stocks. ETFs also provide diversification benefits, as they often hold a basket of underlying assets, which can help to reduce risk. TSLQ is managed by AXS ETF Trust, which is a subsidiary of AXS Investment Management. The fund is structured as a grantor trust, which means that the assets of the fund are held in trust for the benefit of the fund's shareholders. TSLQ is an actively managed ETF, which means that the fund's portfolio managers make decisions about which securities to buy and sell, based on their view of the market and TSLA's prospects. The fund is benchmarked against the Solactive Tesla Inc. index, which is a market capitalization weighted index that tracks the performance of TSLA. The index is calculated and disseminated by Solactive AG, an independent index provider. TSLQ is a daily inverse ETF, which means that the fund uses derivatives, such as options and futures, to achieve its investment objective of providing daily inverse exposure to TSLA. This type of ETF is different from a traditional ETF that holds the underlying assets directly. Daily inverse ETFs use leverage to achieve their investment objective, which can magnify gains, but also magnify losses. As such, these ETFs are considered to be more risky than traditional ETFs. As of 2021, TSLQ is one of the few ETFs that allows investors to bet against TSLA. It is also one of the most actively traded ETFs in the market. Due to its inverse relation with TSLA, it is often used as a hedging instrument for investors who have a long position in TSLA or for investors who believe that TSLA is overvalued and its price will decrease in the future. It's important to note that TSLQ is a highly speculative investment and is not suitable for all investors. The fund's performance is closely tied to the performance of TSLA, and the fund's value will decrease as TSLA's stock price increases. As such, TSLQ is considered to be a high-risk investment, and investors should carefully consider their risk tolerance and investment objectives before investing in the fund. In conclusion, the AXS TSLA Bear Daily ETF, TSLQ, is an ETF that allows investors to bet against the performance of Tesla Inc. TSLA. It is an actively managed ETF that aims to provide daily inverse exposure to TSLA by using derivatives. TSLQ is considered a high-risk investment and is not suitable for all investors. It can be used as a hedging instrument for investors who have a long position in Tesla.